Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to more 14 Minesweeper Variants. Also, happy Olexamus. First Minesweeper Variants video I'm recording during Olexamus. I don't think it's the first that's gone out, but it means I can put Christmas lo-fi on in the background and everything is okay with the world. We have a new variant to check out today. It is Triplet. God, this song bops. Triplet. Mines may not form rows of 3, orthogonally or diagonally. Haha, okay. We can do that, I think. We can do that. Let's get started. So, mines cannot... this is... Okay, you already broke me a little. Mines cannot do 3 orthogonally or diagonally. So what is this supposed to tell me here? So this 3, right? This 3. I think I understand what this is supposed to tell me. Allow me to hop directly into my... I know that some of you are like, Tyler, I never know what's going on, so I appreciate the explanations. And then some of you are like, what the frick is this guy doing explaining? I have eyes and ears. I can see it, okay? Allow me to explain the logic here. I wish I could zoom in as well, but I can't, so it's fine. Take a look at this 3, okay? So we know you got these 4 cells, right? And in the end, you are either going to have, due to the fact that this is a 3, either this and this have to be filled, right? Or on the flip side, this and this have to be filled. There's no combination you can make here where you don't have one of these 2 conditions as true, right? You could have this, right? Or you could have this, right? Or you could have this, right? A lot of scenarios, but the important part is that everything then points to this square here. Because no matter what, you have a 3 diagonal going into it, and you have a 3 diagonal going into it. So no matter what, because of this 3, this spot has to be true. So that is then even more interesting because, and this is where this entire puzzle blows up, this 3 has to have a mine here or here. Right? Because even if you have this and this as your other 2, there has to be a mine here. So this 1 then frees up this entire area. This 1 frees up this entire area. And everything is feeling very nice. Because now you can go 1, 2. Can't have 3 in a line, so that has to be clean. What a delicious start. what a very nice and delicious start. So, look at this 3. Now, I like this 3. So he can only have 4 slots, right? Which means 2 of these have to be in, right? Now, it could be this instead, right? Or it could be this, but you can never have this, which means this has to be your 1, which then means this is clean. It means you have to have this. And then this 3, in the same way, right? Well, this is actually just a 2-1 scenario. You can think of this as a 2, this as a 1 right now. This 3 needs 2 out of these 3, which means this has to be a mine, and this has to be safe. Right? You have to be safe. So we can click you, I can mine you, I can then click you, I can then click you as well. This spot has to be safe here because of this 3. Okay. Now where does that leave me? Where does that leave me? Get rid of this stuff. So keep in mind you don't have to guess ever. So we know we have a mine either here or here. Ah, okay. Because you have to have a mine in one of those slots, this 3 does not have a mine here. And since there's 2 remaining mines, this 2, we can't have a mine here. I sometimes use dots and slashes. You can't have a mine here and here. So you have to have mines like this, meaning this is safe, these are bad. Okay, yeah, completely understood. Completely understood. Now, immediately, this is an insane start to a puzzle. This one sees these 2 slots, which means that this one has to see those 2 as well, which opens up that entire realm. Kind of a crazy start, for sure. Let's take a look at this 4. You have a triplet rule a little bit with this guy. This 2 is also interesting. Just because of the 2-1 rule, this has to be a mine. But then theoretically, I mean, this 2 could see this slot right here. Thus meaning that these would both be safe. I don't think that's the likely scenario. I think it will probably be a mine here, this is safe, and then a mine either here or here, but that's beside the point. Let's take a look at this 4. There's definitely logic we can discern here. You have 5 possible mines, and you can't have 3 in a line here, right? So that means that this and this both have to be mines. Because your other 2, you can't have 3 in the middle, so you have to have 2 in the middle. Okay, so I feel pretty good about 2 mines there. Now, how can we... There's a lot of scenarios here, okay? Let's pretend that this is... also, I learned you can scroll through here. Somebody told me that in the comments. It's very useful. You could have this as a scenario, okay? And then this opens up like a whole frick load of worms, right? Because then that has to be safe, that has to be safe, that has to be safe. And then there's still 5 remaining mines in the remaining 8 cells. 7 technically, because you can only have 1 in this area. And you can only have 1 here, which would then mean 6 remaining mines in 6 cells. It's interesting. I mean, the math checks out. It could work. Okay, it could work. Or you have mines here and here, which eliminates this, this, this. It would then force a mine here because of the 3. I gotta do multiple colors, man, and see where things check out. So you could have this, which then gives a line here, a line here. So I'm so sorry if this is difficult to follow. That would put a mine here, guaranteed. Okay, and it would also be a guaranteed not here and not here. Or you have your final use case that is... This is actually a very tricky puzzle. Your final use case is a mine here and here, which would also eliminate that as a slot, would also eliminate that as a slot. If you have mines there, it would eliminate this as a slot, actually. And it would make this one. It would mean this is not. And it would mean this is not. So what did this tell us, okay? If all of my logic is correct, what this tells us, to read this properly, this is so messy, I'm so sorry. But what this tells us is this slot is never a mine. Because in any use case for this 4, this slot cannot be a mine. So I can click you. Okay. Now you being a 4, I'm just going to trash all this now. You being a 4 opens up a lot for me. Because... What does that mean? What does that mean? So it means... Say you have this. Right? Say you have that. That means this is out. I'm gonna need multiple colors. This is out. This is the hardest puzzle we've done yet. Okay, I probably just missed like a very basic piece of logic in this. Let's instead say you have this. That means this is out. Right? It would still mean this is out. Okay. It would mean this is out. Okay. Or on the flip side, you have, I'll go orange. You could have boom, 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 which would mean this is out. There's actually 4 scenarios here because of this cell, right? Yeah, I think. Sorry, this one's breaking me. I think what we're slowly learning is that this cell can never be a mine. Which I'm sure there's logic behind that. Yeah, you know what? There is logic behind that. No, there's not logic behind that. I don't know if there is logic behind that. I'm looking at this 4, right? In conjunction with this 4. Do you have to have slots here and here? I don't think so. I really want to get this one right, okay? I'm gonna start the coloring from scratch on this one. So if you have this, this, and this is bad. This is bad. I wish you could hide a color for a little bit. That would be so useful. Okay, so that's the only thing we know if this is the use case. Well, actually, you would know that this is then a mine, which is interesting. Give me a new color. We could have this, 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 which means this is not. Just stay consistent with your lines. Means that's not a line. Ah, you can't have this, because then those 3 are in a line. Okay, so green is officially out. You cannot have that. That is fantastic intel. Now what if we do boom, boom, boom? Okay. Is this allowed? Yes, this is allowed. This can't be in. It then means this can't be. Ah, and if that can't be, this 4 can never be fulfilled. Okay. So blue's out. There's 4 specific use cases you have to check. So we've now done give me a new little area over here. Okay. You know it's getting bad if I'm drawing in the damn margins. Just putting our flag in. Okay, and our 4. So we can't have boom, 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 because that disobeys this rule, right? You can't have boom, 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 because then your 4 over here, this slot would have to be filled in, which then breaks this diagonal. And you can't have this for the same reason. This slot can never be a mine, because this slot has to be. So this is a mine, this is not a mine. Okay, and then that actually makes everything fall apart or go together, right? My brain has to wrap around this 4 still. Yeah, okay, no, we're good, because this here has to be a mine because of this 4. Then this gets locked down. Freaking hell, dude, this was a tough one. This was a tough one. You go in, you go in. There's 1 mine remaining? Holy crap, it was this. I'm an idiot. I totally meant to put a damn mine there. Honestly, this is why you come to the channel for stuff like that. I went, that's a mine, and I clicked it. I'm stupid. I'm very stupid. Okay, this was a fun and hard level though. That was a fun and hard level. Okay. This 3, I mean, look, it's actually quite easy. You can immediately just do this, and then this, and this. Pretty good start, all things considered. You know that this is technically a 3-1 right now, so you have to have those. and then this. This then has to be safe. One of the easier ones thus far, I'm going to tell you. Okay. Now where do we go from here? Where do we go now? But where do we go? This 4 sees a lot, man. I mean, he sees all this. A lot of cells to deal with, for sure. Give me back to my light blue, please. Thank you. This 3, obviously one of these two has to be bad. Which you have a diagonal here, looking at this tile. But what does that tell me? Not much, in my opinion. I think you have to focus on this 4, and it raises some questions to me as to what he actually sees. Well, okay, here's what he sees, right? He sees this triplet here of these 3. He sees this triplet here of these 3. And he can't have a triplet of any of them. And he sees then, that actually becomes part of this diagonal line here as well. So if you can't have the triplets form, but he still needs 4, then what are our options here? You can have something like this. You can have something like this. You can have something like this. I mean, you can have something like this. There's so many variations here. I mean, you can have something like this. It's starting to just look like I'm putting sprinkles on a damn sundae. I think what this is trying to maybe tell me is that this spot is going to be clean. Because this slot here, I mean, we now know that has to be a mine, right? Well, we actually know that this 5 has to see all of this. Which then actually makes this, I mean, the entire puzzle just falls apart. So that's kind of cool. I don't really think that I necessarily had any logic there. But, I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm going to tell you, of all of the puzzles thus far, I didn't expect this to be the hardest. I think this is the hardest, though. Like, I do think that it's a little tricky. It's a little tricky. So, I think you have to start at this 3. You can have this, right? Or you can have this. Or you can have this. And the important thing to note is these 2 see this tile. These 2 see this tile. This tile can never be a mine. No matter the orientation, you have to have either these 2 or these 2 present, so this is not a mine. Surprised that was a question mark. I feel like that was logically sound on that. Might just be they didn't want to give me intel. This 4 is interesting, too, because that means this 2, all of those are safe. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. That makes a ton of sense. You also, this is actually an interesting 3 here, right? So you can't have a line, right? So those can't be the 3, which means that this here has to be a mine. Kind of a cool one. Same logic here, actually, but since you already see that, then that is irrelevant. However, this 3 is actually just symmetry of this. I mean, this whole entire thing is symmetry right now. It's just a completely symmetrical grid. So you can use the same logic for this 3, and say this is this. That then fills in, this fills in. That can't be a mine because of the rule. This 3 has to see those 2 slots. That's kind of cool. All fell together, for sure. Now, how do we discern the 3s here? How do we discern the 3s? You got 4 remaining mines, okay? So you could have this, but that does not work because of this 3. So in the end, this has to be a mine, believe it or not. And now you got 3 mines to make things work for these guys. And this guy in the middle can't. I don't think this can ever be a mine. We may have to do some logic checking. So you need 2 of those. You need 2 of those. You need 2 of those. Symmetry again. I mean, the entire grid is damn symmetrical. I just have to figure out what the hell it means. We know that we can't have... we know we can't have this because of the rule. But you could have this, right? Like that is logically sound. You could have this, right? No, you actually can't have that. You can't have that. Start from scratch, man. We can brute force this one. So you could have. Oh, you actually can't have that either. That's too many on you. So it has to be this pattern, right? This one works, okay? Maybe we already know the answer. Or no, this works too, right? This works too. And then that would mean that the opposite of that has to work, which is those 2 and this. Yeah. So then that's out. That's out. So I think in the end what it means is this has to be and this has to be. Yeah. But then what satisfies the rest? Well, what satisfies the rest is that it has to be in the middle. Okay. Sorry. Mildly broke me for a second. Mildly broke me. We unlocked a new set as well. So let's take a look. How do I unlock the next one? I gotta clear 5 levels of T to unlock O. Okay. And I gotta clear more walls to unlock this one. Let's do 1 more T today. It'll be a day of triplets. So what do we know here? We know these have to be safe. And then we know that these have to be bad. And then that has to be bad. And then that has to be bad. That has to be safe. Okay. Pretty nice start. Pretty nice start. If you don't understand the logic there, it was based around the idea of this 4 can't have 3 in a line here, so 1 has to go in there. Right? And then 1 has to go in there, and then it just all fell apart. You can pause the video and figure that out. This 3 does mean that this is safe, right? Because one of these 2 has to be there, which means that this 3 is fulfilled, which means that has to be safe, and then this 4 just falls apart as well. So, you know, that's safe. This is good. This 4 has to be here. That means this has to be safe. This has to be safe. You're safe. And then this 3, it falls apart. That was actually the easiest level probably ever, is the best way to word it. Just probably the easiest level ever in the history of levels. Dare I go back and try to do another wall? Clue indicates the lengths of consecutive mines in the neighboring 8 cells. Okay. Just try me again. Okay? Try me again. So we know it can't be these 3, so you have to be a mine. Because this doesn't have a 3. Okay. Then, for my next trick... Yeah, I forgot that wall was a little fricked, man. Wall's a little fricked. So... Well, okay. There's interesting logic here. So this 3 implies that you either have this or you have, you know, some combination like this. And what that does mean is that your mines then... Sorry, Tyler.exe broke for a second. I guess what I was trying to figure out is, can you actually just declare that all 3 of these are safe? Because you're either forming a 1 and a 1, which means that one of those has to form a 2, or you're forming a 2, which then means there's a 1 somewhere around here. I suppose that's possible. I'm really going off of, if it's this, then you can wipe all those. That's a smiley face. Give him a nose. But I don't really like that, if I'm honest. I don't like that logic, because you can just break it and have this, and then you could have like a 1 down here, right? Or a 1 here, or a 1 here, or a 1 here. And then on the flip side, you're then going, well, what about this square, right? If you have this, then your 2 could be here, right? So I guess I actually don't have a logical conclusion. Okay, and then I click the mine. Tough one. What is... So obviously our first step is this. So then you're saying this 3... Oh, wait a minute. You're right. So it can't... Oh, so this 3, they have to be here because of the wall rule. For some reason, I thought the wall rule only applied to that. Okay, I'm dumb. Give me a sec. Okay, a 1 and a 3, that's super easy. And then a 2 and a 3. So a 2 and a 3 means that has to be 1, and that has to be 1. What the hell, man? All the mines are already gone. And it means this has to be safe. Only 1 mine can touch that slot, which is interesting. That's very interesting. Can you just literally blast through this to the point where that's a mine? Boy, I thought I could blast through that. Okay, skip me. You have to have a 1 in these. Okay. And you have to have a 2 connector. Could be this. Right? But could also be something like this. So that means this has to be a mine, right? And then that means all of... What? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes a ton of... I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I think I've hit the stupid today. This to guarantee... you know what? I'm gonna give up while I'm ahead. We're gonna tackle O in the next episode. Outside, all non-mines are orthogonally connected, and all mines are orthogonally connected to the outside. What the frick are you talking about? Okay. My brain will break in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, as always, a like on the video, much appreciated. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.